Hi, I'm Jim Simon, Senior Designer at DesignWorks International. Today we're going to review how to get your Illustrator files into Photoshop and prepare them so you can have them printed onto fabric at our sister company, First to Print. Here I have a simple butterfly print that I am working on in Illustrator CS6. If we zoom close, you can see the design is clean and crisp, completely drawn in Illustrator. This walkthrough will only help you if you've done your designs like this. If you have something that uses Photoshop placed images or transparencies and brushes, what we're reviewing here isn't going to help you as much. This design is already in Repeat. See our other video on repeats and colorways if you have questions about those things. My pattern is in Repeat for Fashion, which is in increments of 25¼ inches. This tile is 8.4167 inches square, which fits into 25¼ inches 3 times and is a straight repeat. My file also has 8 colors. This will come up when we finally get to Photoshop. My file is also in RGB mode. This will make our process in Photoshop easier. So if your document is currently set in CMYK, change this now by going to the File menu, down to Document Color Mode. As you can see, there are only 2 options. If yours is in CMYK, obviously CMYK will be checked. Change it to RGB. Okay, First to Print needs a TIFF image to print onto fabric, and they only need the tile. Their software will step it out onto the fabric as long and as wide as you need. I can either change my document size here and export it as the exact tile size, or I can export the whole image and crop it in Photoshop. I'm going to change the document here. Currently, nothing is selected within my document, so my document options are available at the top. I can also select the Artboard tool in the tool palette to get my document size. Once I select the Artboard tool, the options bar at the top changes, and the artboard itself is now a dashed line with corner crop marks. As you can see, you have various options up here at the top. But what we're looking for is the size. Note that my document is currently 15 by 15 inches. I want it to be 8.4167 inches by 8.4167 inches. Since I'm keeping it square, I will click the lock between the width and height so that the aspect changes when I change one number. Once I do that, my artboard gets smaller. It matches the blue guide box. The guide box is simply a visual reference and is not necessary, so if you aren't using one, that's fine. Now I'll click the main selection tool to exit the artboard options. I'm ready to send this to Photoshop. Go to the File menu, then select Export. By default, the PNG format comes up. Click the pop-up menu and choose TIFF. I'm going to open these options here as well so that I can see where my file is going. I'm putting it into the folder that I have my Illustrator file saved as. Also, importantly, select the Use Artboard checkbox. This will automatically crop the design to the artboard, which we just made the correct size. Now you get this option window. The resolution should be no higher than 300 pixels per inch. PPI, or pixels per inch, is the same as DPI, or dots per inch. DPI is the term left over from the traditional press screen printing. So if you hear someone say DPI, don't worry, it's the same as PPI. If you have a very large design, you may need to choose a lower PPI, preferably no lower than 200. If your design is giving you issues when you export or for whatever reason, just contact your sales rep at First to Print and they'll help you. This is a native Adobe Illustrator file, so I can leave any aliasing as none. Then I'm going to check LZW compression option. This is something that I recommend you always do. This is a lossless compression option, which means your file is not affected by its use, and it can save you a lot of space on your hard drive. If you have a lot of TIFF files, using this option will help you conserve space on your computer. Now simply click OK, and there it is already quickly exported as a TIFF. So now I'm going to go over to Photoshop. I'm going to go to the File menu, Open. There is my Butterflies folder, and there is my Illustrator file, and here is my Butterflies TIFF. I'm going to open this, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on the image. You can see that although the colors are clean and bold, the lines are jagged. That's okay. Illustrator is a vector drawing program. Photoshop is a pixel drawing program. Those jagged edges are the pixels. In fact, if you zoom in even closer and your pixel grid is on, you can see all the pixels. This is a perfectly normal file in Photoshop. I'm going to zoom back out now, and I want to make this an index color file, which means it will only contain the exact number of colors in the design. Remember, 8 colors as we mentioned back in Illustrator. Go to the Image menu, then down to Mode. As you can see, RGB is chosen because our Illustrator file was in RGB mode. Now choose Index, or Indexed Color. As you can see, you get an exact option here, but you also have Forced and Transparency selected. Unclick Transparency and go back to None where it says Forced, and that will give you your exact 8 colors. Simply click OK. The file may appear a little bit differently on screen, but that is just a visual anomaly. You can now save this file by choosing Save As, and I often do Save As just to keep it, and I'll save it with a indication that it is an index file by saying IDX. There's my original TIFF, there is my Illustrator file. I'll click Save. Again, it's got LZW selected because that's how I saved the original file, and I'm going to click OK. Now you have a design that is cropped to its tile and saved to exact colors, so it will be easy for First to Print to match colors and print on fabric. Thanks for watching. We look forward to sharing more information to make your design process simpler. Be sure to visit our websites, and we hope to see you soon.